Lay, you're right. I actually looked through stuff you were talking about, and I know they were making you to seem crazy, and I apologize because I should have looked at what you were talking about. Let me say first off, DJ Sonny, I went through your social media messages. Are you mocking Jocelyn Flores? Like, I started reading from the date by what you said stuff. That's one thing about social media. This is why I love it. Because even if you're trying to erase something, they could pull it back up. You are literally mocking the girl that you hung out with. And I have a commenter showing me things that you were mocking her after her deceased nature. Not only that, you got on and low key, like they said, low key, you were saying things that didn't add up. Were you the girl with her that left? Were you the girl that left? That would answer everything, honestly. If you were there and you were the girl that was with her, that would answer this whole case. And it would then connect everything, all the dots, and make sense why everything happened the way it did. Really does. So my question is, if you're mocking her, were you low key mocking X at some point in time? Because I read some other things you posted, and I was thinking, I'm like, is this girl mocking the people after stuff happens? You know, people don't do that unless they had some type of animosity. But these people saw you as a friend. So that would have been perfect for you to do, right? That would have been a perfect situation. And the more I think about it, I feel like you had the most to gain from this. Honestly, you had the most to gain from doing this. Not only did you have a prior relationship with him, he didn't want no further relationships after he blew up, right? Even if we consider that he got with Genesis and there was a situation, did you not like that? Was there an issue with that? And would you be the one to act on it? Remember, remember, look at everybody I spoke about from the past. Are they not in a prison cell? Do you not get it? I think you're a little in disbelief understanding what this is. They're like, oh, this is just YouTube. They're not. Cut it out. We know what you did. We know what you are part of. And when she showed me these things you were saying, it confirmed everything. Yo, to the point where I said, if you didn't have nothing to do with it, then you're pretty genius. Having nothing to do with it, but also being able to produce sayings and certain things that would be derogatory to them if they were still alive. Really? You're that thirsty? Thirsty Sonny. Stayed out in the sun too much. Overheated. Really? I was reading it. I'm like, yo, this girl does look like she's mocking somebody. Then I went and read her page. Are you copycatting her? I'm trying to figure this out because it seems like a lot of what you and other people were doing were revolving around Jocelyn Flores. It's crazy. And I know X, you helped them at some point in time. You were saying, oh, we had this type of relationship. But my question is, why does it look like you're mocking them? It almost looks like you're enthused about the situation they ended up in. Because that's not the way a friend would talk. Let alone, it's not the way I saw you talking up till that time. You weren't saying things like that. Listen, if you're a Satanist, that's your choice. But there's a level of inhibition that God does not let go when you're mocking them after being involved in something. Stop playing. Stop playing. You guys tell on yourself. You do what yo, you do what I say you do. I called you out earlier. Everybody got quiet. Were you involved? You were involved with this young man who would not have done this to you, obviously, or he would have been did it. Are you serious? How deep are you in this? How much did you have to do with it? By looking at different things now, I would say a lot. And people are telling me you were the one with her before the hotel. Is that true? Did you leave and that happened? You can't have me believe that happened after you left and you weren't involved. That's impossible. You weren't involved and you randomly left her alone with three young boys or whatever they are. I don't know what they are. After what I seen happen to her. Really? And you're not involved at all? Really? Trust me. There are now I if you never trusted me, trust me right now. Everything you did around that time, knowing your number, they could just look it up. They don't need your permission to look at it, aka Jordan. They don't need your permission to look at it. And who spells Jordan with a O? Who spells Jordan with a O? Not even Jordan Sparks spells her name with a O. Really? And I'm not talking about a O, J O. No, I'm talking about an. Come on. Who spells it with a O? Like something's wrong with you. And when I look into it, everything you had was set. Everything you had a nice living. You never had to live like X or any of them, but you were hanging around. Let me tell y'all something about a person that doesn't have it as hard as you, hanging around you like this. Bad news. They can't deal with struggle. They don't know struggle like you know it. So my question is, if she didn't know struggle like they knew it, is it possible she was involved in something? I'm saying this to y'all. Yo, for real, go read freaking DJ Sonny's tweets up till the point she tries to start deleting them after this. I guarantee you. We already got them. It's too late. They're already in the right place. I'm telling you right now, you are funny style, beyond funny style. When a person mocks someone, do you guys know it's to create a certain energy around the situation? Not saying she even is that smart, but it creates a certain energy around the situation that works in your favor. You mocking her after she's deceased. Mocking other people I looked and saw. Next, I got another question to ask, and it lines up with what's going on. Because I ain't never know a person, this rapper or whatever upcoming star, I never knew them. And again, I'm hoping you're not involved, my guy. I'm hoping you're not involved. And I believe you can move on from certain things no matter what. It's possible to make yourself a better person, to become better. But it's all up in your mind. It's all what you choose to do. But most people do it to get the situation, but they have little tics and tantrums, little feminine attitudes that they can't control. That's normal for you. Yo, some of these, I don't know what y'all doing, but this is crazy. The stuff I have, man, yo, now it's starting to full surface piece things together. But you want to know what? I'm gonna be real with you. I don't believe if she was involved, she did it on her own. I don't believe that. I honestly don't. There's no way she had the know-how and the relationship with X to do it on her own. How deep were you involved? That's the question. What were you involved in? Because last time I remember, you were supposed to be some mother figure, were you not, Sonny? You were a mother-like figure. So did you think it was your right to be involved somehow? It's funny because you see the mother nature of this all over. Him believing somebody and then getting tricked. It makes sense. That's the only way it makes sense, honestly. I wouldn't pull up because I know my enemies are there if I'm not looking to find them. I'm going to pull up if I think a friend's there or if a friend encourages me to go by. That's funny style. That's crazy. Weren't you on live with somebody talking about it, Sonny? We need to replay that. Guys, replay the live back that she had talking about it. Replay her video back. I started looking in, yo, You're looking crazier and crazier. Like Jordan with the tongue out. Really? Yo, I'm telling y'all, this does not bode well for her. This does not bode well. Yo, shh. They think they can post stuff on social media, it can't be found again. If they delete it, it goes away. No, that's there forever, ma. Forever, ma. Always. It never leaves. Really? The stuff we're looking, yo, Lay, hook up with some other people and show them. Because what I just seen, yo, you're despicable, yo. You're despicable, man. And I looked it over, but I really didn't think about it till I went and looked at Jocelyn's stuff. Regardless of what she believed in, did she deserve a fake friend? Did she deserve a fake friend? Did she? Did she? You thought it was over, but nah, we've been looking stuff over. This is just the tip of the iceberg. This is just a side note. Something I picked up on when a commenter reached out. I was like, this is disgusting. Are you mocking her? Are you mocking her? I'm asking you a question. Are you mocking her? Is this how you're gaining your power in whatever you're doing? A failed DJ just like Jenny, taking L's, trying to mix a board. Like, really? Because you weren't no big deal. But I noticed your life, you had it nice. You had it nice and calm. You had an enjoyable life. But they seem to not have that around you. So were they disposable? Guys, were they disposable? Were they disposable to you? I'm being honest. Were they disposable? Yes or no? All rights reserved.